Hi everyone, I'm the Philosophy Bro. So, I'm the sexy Philosophy Bro for the purposes of this video, of course. And I'm gonna do a video about one of my favorite post-structuralist philosophers, Derrida, who often gets strawmanned by public intellectuals. And this is a clip from a video in which an interviewer asked him the question, what would you ask famous philosophers like Heidegger, Kant, or Hegel? And he basically says their sex lives because that's what no one ever talks about. So yeah, this is just a short little clip, and we'll get into it here.
Si vous pourriez voir un documentaire sur
If
un philosophe, Heidegger ou Kant,
if you were to make a documentary about philosopher Heidegger, Kant, or Hegel, I don't know if you guys can read those subtitles because it's in French, obviously.
Hegel, qu'est-ce que vous désirez
What
voir
would you like
dedans?
to see in this documentary about Heidegger, Kant, or Hegel? Hegel. Long pause, eh?
Leur vie sexuelle.
Their sex lives.
You want a quick answer, okay?
You want a quick answer?
Qu'ils parlent de leur vie
I'd
sexuelle.
like to hear them speak about their sexual lives. That's funny. That's one of these transgressive things that I like about Derrida. That he would give that answer, of course, because he never hears about them. Philosophers don't talk about themselves. They talk about their ideas, right? So it's funny that he would say that because it's obviously not a very intellectual kind of thing to do at all.
De leur vie sexuelle.
Hear them speak about their sexual lives.
Parle de leur vie sexuelle.
I would like to hear them speak about it.
Quelle est la vie sexuelle
What is the
de
sexual
Hegel
life of
voilà.
Hegel or Heidegger? Why?
You want a quick answer. You don't want justification of the answer. Pourquoi? Parce que je crois que c'est ce dont ils ne parlent pas. C'est ce dont ils ne parlent pas. Alors j'ai envie qu'ils parlent de ce dont ils ne parlent pas.
Wait, I missed a second there. Something they don't talk about. I'd like to hear about something they refuse to speak about.
Pourquoi
Why do these philosophers present themselves asexually in their work? That's a good question. These philosophers like Heidegger or Kant or Hegel in their work, they don't talk about anywhere in their ideas about how these affect your sexuality or your sex lives or something like that. Maybe their ideas wouldn't, but there would definitely be some implications for some of what they said, but that's not this proper intellectual thing to do, right? Which is probably part of the culture that philosophers tend to be a part of, which is why they wouldn't talk about their sex lives.
Asexués. Pourquoi est-ce qu'ils ont
gommé dans leur
vie personnelle et pourquoi ils n'ont jamais fait état de leur vie privée. Quand je dis sexuelle, ça veut dire privée, évidemment, la vie privée. Il n'y a rien de plus important dans la vie privée que l'amour ou que les rapports.
There's nothing more important in their private life than love. Yeah, I agree. There's nothing more important in your private life than love. But this is, like, people keep this private. It's interesting that philosophers in particular would do this due to the academic culture of philosophers. But if you're thinking about philosophical ideas, and especially if you're thinking about love or something like that, you could think about that in terms of Hegel in particularly, perhaps because he talks about the spirit, not necessarily in the sense of a loving spirit, but like a spirit of reality or spirit of God, the creative force of the universe, which a lot of people have associated with love. And you could see Hegel doing that in addition to other ways of looking at it. But yeah, I mean, they don't talk that's true. That's very important in life, because it's very important in philosophy because it's very important in life, and yet a lot of philosophers never talk about it.
Dans la sexuelle, j'ai pas dit que je veux pas qu'on fasse un film porno sur Hegel et Heidegger.
I'm not talking about making a porno film about Hegel or Heidegger. I added that to the thumbnail of this picture, as you can see.
De ce qu'a été la part de l'amour
speak
dans la
about the part that love plays in their lives.
Vous arrivez avec un micro, vous dites, alors, Hegel.
Or you could take a microphone.
On sait des choses sur Hegel.
Hegel.
Sur Heidegger, on sait des choses aussi.
I know some things about Hegel or Heidegger already.
Moi, j'aimerais qu'ils
not
parlent.
from the things
Voilà,
they've said.
Parler,
I'd like to hear them speak on
des
this.
gens vont désirer cette...
Okay. Yeah, so that's all that I wanted to show of that clip there. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Let me share this again here. Yeah, I just thought Derrida's thoughts on that were very interesting as always, as his takes are on things. And yeah, I think it's a really good point that philosophers never, or at least rarely, talk about their sex lives, right? And like there is this dumb academic culture around philosophers. And one of the reasons I like post-structuralist philosophers like Foucault and Derrida are the fact that they are transgressive and point out things that people haven't been questioning, and point out aspects of philosophers' lives that they never talk about, even though it's a regular part of everyone's life and it's a part of love, and hopefully everyone has someone in their life who they love, right? So yeah, I thought that was a very interesting take from Derrida, as always, like I said. And yeah, check out his books, read his books, check out my other content on this channel about him, me talking about Derrida's opinions and talking about other people's about Derrida's opinions, like for example Peter Salmon, who wrote a biography on Derrida called An Event Perhaps. Check out some clips with him in which we were talking about Derrida, and probably going to do some future ones too. I should talk about his books too, because I've talked about some of Foucault's work, but not Derrida, so I think I will do that as well. And yeah, anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Share the next one I'm probably going to clip from my podcast with Jared Bauer, who is formerly from the Wisecrack YouTube channel, in which they talk about philosophy through the lens of popular culture, like video games, movies, and TV shows. And probably be doing a podcast soon with my friend Dusty about the 5th Dune book in the original Dune series by Frank Herbert called Heretics of Dune. So check out that as well. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Share these Philosophy Bro Tremors everywhere with all your friends. Click that bell to be notified when I come out with new videos. Check out my Patreon page. The link is in the description of the video as always. And most importantly, of course, like I always say, always remember this: the funk cures all, and groove is in the heart. And Derrida is awesome. And philosophy is awesome, but it would be interesting to hear about stuff that they never talk about, like their sex lives. What do you think Hegel, Heidegger, and Kant were like in bed? You think they were good? I don't know. I kind of doubt it, but who knows? Maybe Derrida and Foucault were good lovers because they were so transgressive and stuff, but who knows? All right. Anyway, thanks again, everyone, and adios until next time.